Welcome back. I'm Calvin Statue Fanatic here with another review, and today we're going to take a look at something a little different than I've reviewed or looked at in the past. That's right, you're looking at some Figpins. I have been collecting Figpins over the past year or so after, going to cons, picking them up and things like that, but it's been kind of on the DL, because I have made quite a bit of fun and stink about my friends collecting pops and giving them crap about it, so I kind of kept this on the on the hush hush. But now, for lack of a better term, I guess it's time for me to come out of the closet. So anyway, what we have here is a couple of really cool pins by a company called Figpin, and that's why they're called Figpins, is because of the company, I guess. But Figpin has figured out a way to make collecting something as simple as pins really fun and interactive. And I'll share that with you guys a little bit later in the video, so stay tuned, because I'm going to show you why collecting Figpins is such a unique way of collecting things. It's not a brand new idea, but these guys have executed on it and used technology to do it, and so I think it's really cool. So stay tuned, and I'll show you guys why I love collecting these things and why they're so fun to do to collect. Now, let's get started with looking at this set that I have here, because this is the first of many sets and many Figpins that I think I'm going to highlight and review on this channel. So if you don't like Figpins, man, I'm really sorry, but I really love these things. So if you've been watching my channel, you know that I love Pennywise. Pennywise is I love Pennywise. He's scary, scared the crap out of me years ago, and now I just love the character. So anyway, we have three Figpins here of different sizes. They have three sizes of Figpins. They have the mini, which I don't have here, and then they have the regular size, which is the two on the outside here, and they have the XL, or the extra large Figpins, which are the ones that I enjoy collecting the most. And I have probably about 30 almost of those. That's about how many they have out, because I'm trying to collect all of the XLs. But that's what this one is in the middle. It's about 6 inches tall, and these are about 3 inches tall, and the small one's about 2 inches tall. And I'll probably have a couple of those, because there's 4 Deadpool mini pins that have just come out that I want to get. But let's take a look at this guy, because I think that they have done such a fantastic job with these pens. The artwork on them is really cool. These are enamel pens, and sometimes they come on nickel or different types of metal from what I've read. But these are really, really awesome. The one in the middle here is really unique in that it is a 2019 New York Comic Con exclusive, and it is one of 750 pens that were made. And then the one on the side here, this is a Target exclusive. It is, we'll look in the app, because that's one of the unique things that we're going to talk about in terms of edition sizes when it comes to these pens, that each and every pen has an edition size, and we'll talk about that later. But this one here is a Target one, and it was exclusive to Target, and this is what you would probably call a retail one. This is the one without the balloon. This is from It Chapter 2, without the balloon, and he can be found at figpin.com still right now, and then I think at other like big bag toy stores and other places have them up for pre-order. Really cool artwork. You can see the one here in the middle here, I love Derry on the balloon, that type of thing, just really cool. The artwork on the front is really cool, and when you turn them around, even the artwork on the back is really cool. And what's unique about the artwork on the back is that when you look at the Figpin itself, it almost looks like the artwork, the way they've done these things. The cell shading on these pens are really, really awesome, and I just think they're wonderful. Now, as we're going to get them out of the box, because what makes them unique is that these pens actually stand up by themselves, so they're very displayable both inside of the packaging that you've seen and outside of the packaging. They're extremely displayable. Figpin has come up with these little rubber stands that clip onto the back, or the pen sticks onto. You can use that actually to affix it to different things, but I would recommend, if you're going to wear these to cons and everything, get the locking backs that you put on them so that somebody won't pull your pen off. As you can see, the design of it actually helps the pen stand up. Now, as you can see out of the box, they look absolutely fantastic. Each of these is kind of hard to tell if they're like a real item or they're actually something that's painted on something, meaning the background. You see the white background here that I have, but when you're not moving the pens and they're still, they kind of look like some type of painting. Now, I said to you guys that there's something about these pens that make them unique in terms of collecting them. Now, what makes these really cool is that these pens come with an app. And that app is really, really unique, and we're gonna take a look at it. So here, when you open the app, what you see is the entire collection of Figpins. So that's one really cool thing. Pops do that too. You can scan your Pops and everything, and you can have the collection of your Pops in your phone as well, so you can see what you have and what you don't have. That's really cool. But this goes a step further in terms of organizing them. They organize them by the ones that were released at cons and the different cons they were released at and the different genres, whether it's gaming, and then the headings. So you can sort them that way, which I like that. And then you can sort them by just the pens themselves, the regular size pens. You can also sort them by the mini pens that they've released. And you can also sort them by the XL pens that they've released. And that's kind of cool. This is where the really fun part in collecting Figpins start. So we'll take a look at the Pennywise one that I have, for example. When you open it up, you're presented with this, some stats on Pennywise, the pen. What's really unique, I have it covered up here, but this particular Pennywise pen has its own unique serial number, unique only to this pen, which is really cool, adds to the collectability of it. It also has a factory score, and we'll talk about that. It has a story score. And it also has what they call an edition size. This happens to be the first edition size. So if they were to reprint this or rerun it or something, it would be like the second edition and that type of stuff. This is the first edition, and because it's the first edition, when I look at that, it has the highest possible score. And you can see by me sliding this slider that as you go down in edition size, let's say if it's a third edition, your score would go down. Your score would go down. And then we go back out here and look at the pen again. The same thing with the volume. There's one of 750, and more specific than that, this was the 545th pen created in that series of 750 pens. I think that's really unique to know about a pen, but it even gets better. It even shows that I was the 153rd person to unlock this pen. So of the 750 pens, I was the 153rd person to actually enter it into the app and unlock it. And that begins its story. That starts the story of this pen, which starts to add to the story score of the pen itself. And then the likes, for example, there's some other features that are not unlocked yet that are going to make this an even more interesting thing to collect, Figpins that is. So you can get points from likes on social media, from getting your people to like your pen on social media. You can get points from sharing your pen on social media. And what's really cool, you can get points from check-ins. And what that means is one of the things that Figpin talks about on their website is that you can take your pen to, let's say, San Diego Comic-Con, check it in, and earn points for checking your pen in at that particular con. Tags. You can get tagged in your pen. Your pen can be tagged in different things. Or different people can tag you. Artists can tag you. Your pen. And then bonuses, and I'll talk about that in a minute, but I'll skip over to battles. So you can now also have these almost Pokemon-like battles with other people who have pens. But going back to the bonus part of it, I think that's probably one of the coolest feature is that your power, like mine, for example, 2,190, as I build that power up, I gain the strength or the ability to be able to purchase very rare and exclusive pens that you can only purchase by participating in collecting this way, in collecting Figpins this way, because you have to have your pen story start to grow. So for example, if I got another pen, if I release this pen into the wild, if you will, that adds to the story of this pen. And every time I tag it or like it or someone likes it, take it, check it in, it keeps adding to the story of the pen. And as that story grows, the power gets larger and larger, giving me more power to buy other things or even to battle. Now, what's really another thing about when you use that power, your pen goes into what they call a cooldown phase. The pen, that means you can't release it or you can't use it to purchase any new rare pens until after a certain period of time. It goes into that cooldown phase. All of that makes this very interesting and a very unique way to collect pens. You know, I thought about getting into Pops many times, and it just never really appealed to me the way that this does. And I'm a collector like many of you guys who collect action figures or whatever it is that you collect. There's just something about collecting that we are just drawn to. And so this kind of puts all of those elements of collecting into one little app that makes it really fun. And then what I'm really getting excited about is like my grandson, 8 years old, and he's getting into collecting. He has a little collection of pops and different things like this. And I just think this is a really cool way for us to connect and do something really fun together as well. So there you have it. That's my thing on collecting Figpins. Please stay tuned. I am going to highlight a number of different Figpins for you guys that I have, and I'll go on probably some Figpin hunts. Can you believe that? Me going on a Figpin hunt. That's pretty interesting. But I babbled on enough about all of this. Just stay tuned. I'm going to try to release them every Friday on what I call Figpin Fridays. And if you want to stay on top of the latest in the world of collecting, please head over to mcessential.com. That's Marvel's Collectible and Entertainment, where you can find some of the coolest reviews and unboxings of some of your favorite pop culture characters. And remember to always collect what you like and not the hype. Peace.